Hey Catalyst. So today I want to talk about why I went out and spent $600 on a computer just so I could play a video game. So I went out and I actually bought a Macintosh specifically so I could play EverQuest. No, EverQuest. For real. On the Mac server. And the reason why? Why? Nostalgia, of course. It boils down to the fact that that was like a golden era for me. And all those memories came flooding back when I heard that they had a server that was being run. You could access it if you played on a Mac, and all you had to do was just buy a Mac and play on the Mac, and it was time locked in at this specific point in time, which I consider to be the golden age of my MMO experience, because I thought it was the best time ever. And so I went out and I dropped 600 bucks and I got a Mac just so I could play the game. And that's why nostalgia's a bitch. It's one of those things. The nostalgia it reminds us of all the good things and all the good times and everything that was awesome about our experiences previously. But nostalgia can be a terrible thing. When we tend to be nostalgic about something, we tend to only focus on the things that were good. We tend to only focus on things that were, positive. People say, "Oh boy, well, if only we could go back to the 50s when everything was perfect." Oh, you mean like when we had segregation, we were denying people their rights? Yeah, perfect. Lots of people are nostalgic for high school. I'm not saying it was crappy, but it wasn't all sunshine and kittens. Nostalgia will tear people apart. The once good friend of mine actually was so nostalgic for his college days and how good those were to him that he didn't want to continue living in the now. He basically just gave up on trying to make life awesome and just wanted things to be the way he remembered it. And that's key. We're bad at remembering. So much to the point where he got depressed and eventually turned to alcohol, and we had an intervention for him. But you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. So my suggestion, just avoid the nostalgia trap is really what it boils down to. Don't get me wrong, it's good to reminisce. It's good to remember the things that were good about the old days and the good things that happened. But don't try to make it the old days. Number one, we don't have time machines. And number two, things change, and we should embrace that, because that's actually what makes life pretty awesome. If you do have a time machine, So about that EverQuest server, yeah, once I logged in and I started playing, I started remembering all the things that were a pain in the ass about the game. Fancy that. So how about you? What are you nostalgic for and why? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.